Thank you for your cooperation. Could you introduce yourself, your name, and where you're from?
Hi, I'm Valentina and I'm from Italy.
I'm Katerina, I'm from Italy as well.
I'm Chiara and I'm from Italy too.
Oh, you guys from Italy.
Yeah.
So you guys are friends?
Yeah, we're friends. We used to go to school together.
Oh, really? So welcome to Japan.
Thank you.
What made you to come to Japan?
Me personally, I just love traveling in general and I literally want to see every part of the world. Japan has been on my bucket list for so long. I've been to quite a few places. This is my third continent, so I was really excited to be here.
Was it your first time to visit to
Yeah,
Japan?
here, yeah.
Oh, okay. How about you? What made you to come to Japan?
Pretty much the same as what she said. I always wanted to come to Japan, visit Japan. I've actually been here in 2017.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I was pretty young, so I don't really remember a lot.
Mhm.
We actually wanted to come to Japan since we were at our first year of high school, and we just finished high school, so yeah.
That's nice. And how about you?
Basically the same thing. I really like K-pop and that's what made me, I think, more interested in Asian culture, like in general. I guess I wanted to visit like Japan and see things, and also because like I love traveling so much and want to see the world as well.
And what was your first impression of Japan when you got here?
I thought people were very nice. I mean, literally, the first day we were here, we couldn't figure out how to use the subway. And this guy literally offered to pay for us. Like, he asked us, do you have any money? We're like, yeah, we do have money. But he was just so nice and kind to offer that to us. And it was just a nice thing to experience. I mean, in Italy, if you're confused in the subway, maybe people will help you. But no way will they offer you money to travel. That was really nice of them.
You didn't even ask him to pay, right?
No,
Right.
No, we had money. We just couldn't figure out how to buy the ticket because it was in Japanese and we couldn't switch the language. And he just offered to pay for all of us.
Did you have any impression of Japan?
I think thing that I noticed the most is that people are so kind, and if I have to say one thing that I don't really like is the fact that it's very difficult to communicate.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you don't find somebody who can speak English, it's pretty difficult to communicate.
I see. So did you expect Japanese people can speak English more here?
Yeah, a little bit. Some people had told me that Japanese people wouldn't speak English as well as, I mean, I don't want to say as Italians because the medium English level is not good at all. But it's just been such a huge barrier, just to, even in restaurants, to communicate. Even in our hotel, it's been difficult to communicate.
So did you experience any culture shock here?
I don't know how to explain it. I feel like people don't really like confrontation. I mean, we've encountered some of the nicest people ever, but also some of the rudest.
What happened?
Yesterday, so I don't know what happened. We were in Shibuya at night. I don't even know how many people, at least 6 people. One of them was like an old man, kept harassing us, and they kept coming at us. We felt so uncomfortable that we had to get a taxi and go back to our hotel.
I'm sorry to hear that.
They were like,
Are you
Yeah.
foreigners?
Yeah, they would just say, you guys foreigners?
and when we said no, they kept following us.
We weren't answering to their question. Literally didn't want to be approached. We weren't interested. It's 3 girls at 1 a.m. in Shibuya. Yeah, it's like a huge crossing, like there's a lot of lights, but still 3 girls alone at 1 a.m. There were groups of guys approaching us and just kept asking us questions. We felt very unsafe. And
Also, like another time, we went to a supermarket because like we wanted to buy a bottle of water. Basically, when we get out, this old guy started taking videos of us.
Without permission?
Yeah, without permission. I was turned around and I literally saw his phone right near my face, and so like we started speed walking and he was following us. We started running and luckily he wasn't there anymore, but we felt really unsafe at that time.
yeah.
Oh, that's too bad.
Or people laughing at us for no reason. People sometimes just stare at us and they just start laughing out loud or giving us dirty looks. And one time we were at a restaurant.
You have many stories.
We had to use the phone. So we asked to use the phone and this guy started laughing at us, making fun of us with his coworker. Like he was pointing at us and they were straight out laughing, but we don't know why. They tried to make us pay for things that we didn't receive. We just asked for one item of the menu. When the check came, they literally billed us for the whole menu. Like that's what I mean when I say non-confrontational, because we tried to explain the situation. Obviously it's not fair for us to pay for a full meal and they were just not really responding. At the end they brought us the whole meal because we already paid for it. Maybe we've just been unlucky.
Alright, let me ask you some positive questions. Do you have any things you're surprised or amazed in here?
Once they offered us free dinner, we don't really know why. That would never happen in Italy, for example.
You never asked them?
No, we didn't ask them.
tired. We were exhausted at the restaurant, but I think he just took pity on us, honestly.
Did you find any inconvenient thing here to live here? I mean,
I wouldn't know. Like nothing.
convenience to stay here?
Yeah.
The last question: if you can bring back any Japanese stores or Japanese merchandise to your country, what would you like to bring back?
Oh, what's the name? Cleo.
Like makeup.
What's the store name?
I mean, we went to a convenience store. There were a lot of different makeup brands, but we saw one that was named Cleo, and then Peripera.
It's a good choice. So you're gonna bring back some cosmetics
And skincare.
and skincare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good choice. All right, thank you so much. So thank you for your cooperation. Could you introduce yourself, your name and where you're from?
I'm Natalie, and I'm
Natalie.
from Boston, Massachusetts, in the U.S.
Nice place.
Yes, it is. Not as hot as here. It's
really?
a little cooler in Boston. But
So welcome to Japan. Was that your first time to visit Japan?
this is my second time. Well, technically my third time, but I was a baby my very first time.
When did you come to Japan for the first time?
When I was 1 year old. But my second time was about 5 years ago.
5 years. You
Yes.
still remember that time?
I do.
How different is it compared to the old memory?
This might sound silly, but I notice a lot more people with tattoos and
Tattoos.
piercings.
Uh-huh.
So it just seems a bit more modern now.
Mhm.
Like even a difference of 5 years, it feels younger and modern.
If you still remember first time, what was your first impression of Japan?
It's just beautiful. It's like one of my favorite places. It
Really?
has amazing food, has a mix of the history with also the modern elements. So it's one of my favorite places. I feel like it has a combination of everything.
Which city do you like at the most? Japan.
Ooh, that's hard. I think Kyoto. The nature and like the history, like I said. Tokyo is just so big. It's almost overwhelming. It's so big you can't do it all, but Kyoto, it felt a little smaller and it's just beautiful.
I found you have a camera.
Yeah.
Do you do like cameraman or something?
I do like photography.
Uh-huh.
I like a lot of do photography of nature and of animals.
Did you find any animal here?
No animals yet. I'll keep my eye out, but a lot of nature.
Yeah.
This is like one of my favorite places we've been today because it's just the trees are beautiful, the gate, it's just so pretty.
Yeah, exactly. Did you already take a picture?
I took one photo of the gate, just
That would
one
be good.
here.
Did you experience any culture shock here?
A little bit. The train station, it's so busy. They do their best with putting English in the train station, but I would not know how to navigate the trains without my partner who speaks Japanese. That was the culture shock. It's just the transportation piece.
Did you find some cultural difference between here and Boston?
So much. Even for example, crossing the street at the crosswalk, everyone here is so patient and they follow the rules for when it turns green. In the United States, you just walk when you want to. If a car hits you, it hits you.
It's a red sign.
Yes, anyone will just walk on a red sign. So
Right.
that's one example.
Any other example do you have?
I would say the food, like everything is cheaper, but really good quality. Compared to the United States, you don't get the same quality of food and ingredients. And if you want it, you have to pay a lot more.
So that's gonna be maybe a difficult question. That if you can bring back any Japanese stores or Japanese merchandise to your country, what would you like to bring back?
The cosmetics, like
Cosmetics.
makeup, that's one thing that I want to bring back just because it's a lot better ingredients here. Good cosmetic and makeup stores here that I would bring back to the U.S.
Great choice.
Yeah, thanks for the reminder.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Yes.
Could you introduce yourself, your name and where you're from?
My name is Tyler Plyam. I'm from New York, upstate New York, kind of like Tochigi in the countryside.
Chris.
Okay, Tyler and Chris, nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
Welcome to Japan. You said you live here?
Yes.
How long have you been here?
I've lived here on and off since I was 20, so total of probably 6 years. I first moved here in like 2011. I was actually Gunjin for a little bit. I was stationed at Yokota Air Base for a few years, and then they sent me back to America, so I quit the military and I moved back to Japan as an English teacher because I love it here.
teacher.
And now I'm back here again. I'm not an English teacher now. I'm sort of like kind of like an electrical engineer. I work with like air traffic control systems and landing systems and all that. So that's what I do, and I live here and I love it, and I never want to leave.
Is that your first time to
First time here.
What was your first impression when you got here?
It was big. The heat got to me. A little warm.
It's very hot.
It
little warm.
So she's been here since what, Thursday?
Yep.
To speak on your behalf.
Oh.
A lot of people, you know, yesterday the Chua line was all messed up. Oh, it was real bad. You were stuck on a train and like that level of that many people is, I think, something that's unusual, especially where we come from in New York where there's nobody there.
I think the first impression, everybody's gray and white. But here, down in this area, everyone's more colorful. Of course, you're black.
The clothes.
Clothes.
Ah.
Very like muted, very like not colorful, but here there's more.
I said, well, it's 5 p.m. in Shinjuku and it's rush hour and it's all the work clothes.
Right.
But yeah, like right now, I think monochrome clothing is very fashionable.
Like a black and white.
Yeah.
Very
A lot of
black
I was wearing black and white.
Look what I got.
That's so cute.
We bought this in Shibuya.
In Shibuya.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So did you experience any like cultural shock here?
The first time I think I had culture shock, of course this was 12 years ago, but I was like, yeah, everything's normal, cool, I like cities. And then I saw a vending machine with hot drinks in it. I was like, what the? And I was blown away. I was like, this is the future, hot drinks. But recently I was in Korea for work and so used to living in Japan, all the workers that are very polite. I was interacting with like some Korean store workers and they're very casual. Oh my, they're so casual. And I had like this weird culture shock, but like being too used to Japanese life that when I went to Korea, I was like weird, like sideways culture shock. So I was like,
Even though it's a very close country, you find any like
yeah, it's very different, yeah.
So since you've been here a long time, do you have any like Japanese stores or Japanese merchandise you would like to bring back to your country?
Yes, the train station and the train system and the train network. Mass transit, walkable cities, dense urbanism, convenience stores that are nice places to be. I think those are the major things. I can talk for hours about this, but yeah, I think the number one thing is not just stores, it's the train system and the effect of having walkable urban spaces and how that allows life to be led and how you can live a life without a car and all the profound, incredible effects that has on society. Whenever people ask me, maybe you will next, I don't know. Like, what's your favorite thing about Japanese culture?
I was gonna ask
Yeah. It has to be urban design, because I think urban design and trains, that is culture, because culture has to allow for it, and it also creates culture, right?
Exactly.
I think those are my favorite things because, again, they have such a huge impact on everything else. You know, if you go to suburbs of Utsunomiya, life is very different even from here. You have to take a car places and all that, and that part of the magic of Tokyo is walking in the trains. So that's my feeling. She's heard this 1,000 times.
That's gonna be the last question. Is there anything you surprised or you are amazed in Japan?
I like that there's no litter,
No
garbage
litter.
on the street.
It's very clean.
Maybe because people, it's not right for them to walk and eat. Nobody's eating.
Maybe
New York's
not.
too dirty.
Yeah, New York's filthy. And maybe not here in Harajuku, but you know, where I live past Tashikawa. You have like people volunteering on the weekends to pick up litter and all that. Like people are very involved with their cities. They're part of their cities, part of their towns, right? Instead of just like places they happen to be, they're places they live. So I think that's like really amazing connection you can have with a space, if that makes sense.
Wonderful comment.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Our interview is over. Thank you for your cooperation.